Hey there, you're watching the Dave Does channel. I, of course, am Dave Does, and this is more Dave Does Reacts. And today I am back checking out some Hagane, and the song is Not Lose. Now, the reason we're doing some Hagane is because I did do a reaction, and it was a cover song of a Rainbow track. And I was really confused by the look of the band and one of the critiques, because it was the first time I did no research into the band and I just kind of checked it out. And I said that they hadn't got really a distinctive look, and everyone was like, oh my God, they're obviously dressed for this particular style of cover. They don't look like that normally. You should do more research. Well, I always explain, I like to go into these things and just go first impressions, because that's how you find out about bands. You don't, when you're listening to a song on the radio, you don't suddenly stop the song and go, or you're listening to it on a streaming platform, you don't suddenly stop it and go, before I kind of decide what I think about this particular band on this or this particular song, you don't suddenly go, let me do a load of research. People just don't do that. You do it afterwards, whether a song has connected with you or not. So I gave my first impressions, but they obviously said there was a lot of different looks. There are more of a kind of a classical, what I would expect to see from sort of the Japanese metal, power metal bands, etc. So we're going to check this one out, because I have forgot another one of their songs I had, which is another cover. I think this is a Judas Priest cover, but I wanted to do not a cover and check out an original song and see what this is all about. Now I'm going to play the video from start to finish, no pausing, no talking, talk about it all at the end, break it into two parts, video and song. It's just under 6 minutes, so if you don't want to watch me just staring at a screen for 6 minutes, because I'm not going to be metal in head banging or anything, I never do any of that sort of stuff. I'm not going to be going, oh my God, I just don't do that. Who does that? When you listen to music, do you actually genuinely do, if you haven't got a camera on you, does any of you actually do that? Because if you do, you're a bit weird. I have to be honest, you're a bit weird. You can smile, enjoy it, but yeah, no one acts the way that some reactors do when they listen to music in their home. I know they're playing up to the camera, but I just don't do this. Anyway, 6 minutes time, I'll see you then. But you can watch the video with me if you like. But here we go. This is Hagane and Not Lose.
光の差す声この手いっぱいに希望を抱いて歩んできた道がたとえどれだけ違っても僕らで会う定めだった向かい風ばかりの道でどうしても夢は叶うはず己だけを信じて過去の傷も全て抱きしめて愛してく振り向かずに心に希望を灯して僕らで作り上げてく物語を決して止めさせはしないもっと熱く燃え盛れ遠く遠く願ってた夢を叶える日まで
Okay, there we go again, and not lose. Lots to talk about in this particular one. So there's some real big positives for me in this particular song, and then there are some things that I've got which kind of question marks in my head. So we're going to go through the things that obviously the musicianship from this band is phenomenal. The each member. I mean, the only bit of musicianship that you could even say, well, didn't stand out above all the others is the bass playing. But even that was very good. I mean, it's just from a guitar point of view, the solos were phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal playing on the solos. I actually really like the guitar tone as well. The guitar tone reminds me of like 80s metal, like Whitesnake and Steve Vai, and so it's a really crisp tone without being overly saturated. So it just really cuts through, but still isn't so sharp that it's grating. Hopefully that makes sense. Drumming is phenomenal. I just cannot express as a drummer myself. There are points in that song where I'd be going, I wouldn't have put double kick in personally. And that's probably from my point of going, there's too many ways that you could screw that up if you're not really precise, because the guitars and the bass are not doing it. You've got to be absolutely spot on as a drummer, otherwise it's going to sound messy. So I would rather take the risk, I'd rather not take the risk and simplify the drum part to make it easier for me as a drummer playing live. But in this case, she's absolutely just going for it and putting all these extra little bits in that sound phenomenal. And the sound of the kit is great as well. So really like that. Stand-up performance for me is obviously vocals. Really love the tone of her voice. She's got a great voice. I remember saying that in the rainbow cover they did, but it was hard to obviously tell because it was a rainbow cover. Anyone that's watched this channel, the ADK Rock and Metal channel, has seen us cover sort of Japanese bands in the past will have noticed specifically when we talk about the band Love Bites. Although I like them from a musical point of view, I've never been a fan of the tonality of the voice of the singer from Love Bites. I find it a little bit too nasally and it just, for some reason, irritates. And so I don't find it a pleasant listening experience. And that's not to say that she's not singing in tune. She's absolutely obviously singing in tune. and probably for some people have a great voice, but I just don't like the tone of the voice. With this lady from this band, obviously I think her voice is great, and I really like the tone of her voice. She's got a great voice, which absolutely transcends language barrier. So makes it really easy to sing. Great melody. Song itself, really good, really hooky. My only query would be is why is it 6 minutes long? There's not enough transitional points to make it a 6 minute song. There's not like yet. There's a couple of solos in there, but really this is a 4.5 minute song. But at best, to they've extended out parts and they've gone back over a few bits a few times, but didn't need to do it. I just found myself by 4.5 minutes kind of almost clock watching, going, you either need to take this song in a completely different direction and come back to this for a minute or so, or you need to wrap this up. So I was really sitting there at 4.5 minutes going, well, what are you going to add for the next minute and a half to add it to this song to justify this extra minute and a half? And there wasn't really anything there to add to it, because it's an upbeat, it's a fast song anyway. So by 4.5 minutes, you've had plenty of verses, plenty of choruses, couple of solos. So really, I was kind of questioning, and that's my only gripe, is that it's a bit long. But the song itself, really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed the musicianship from the band. Really phenomenal. And I don't understand what the words are or what the lyrics are about this song, but I really enjoyed the overall vibe. Now, let's talk about the video. So obviously I get to see this the first time I've seen them in some sort of stage costume. Now, I don't know if this is their regular one, but the first thing that when I saw this, it's either over-glitzed military uniforms, or it just reminds me of the American marching bands that we see. Now, we don't obviously have those. We don't do marching bands here in the UK, but it's the striping, the cording, the roping and all that. But what it makes it look like is that it looks like they're a bunch, there's like 4 of them that have come out of a marching band and decided they're going to play metal music. It doesn't look great, in my opinion, this look. It's not, it just feels like taking an image from a marching band and trying to do something with it rather than creating something else. So I don't know if this was just for this video or if this is their overall look. If it's their overall look, fair enough. But that's just the first impression of looking at the band. It just makes me think of marching band. It doesn't feel like a very strong, unique look for the band, personally. But there you go. Let me know what your thoughts are on that. And the other one is the music video. I don't get the point of that music video. It's a performance-based video with a scrapyard and a warehouse, and occasionally lying on a rock or in some outside area. I'm a massive fan of videos that go somewhere, tell a story, do something. If you're going to just do performance, then just do a performance and do it in one location. Just stick to it. There's no point cutting to loads of other areas for a performance video if you're only doing it to distract from the fact that you've got one location which is going to get boring. That should be a red flag for videographers, that you're having to do another live performance in another location just to break up the monotony of your music video. If you're having to do that, then you should really think about your music video and decide what you're going to do with it. I did one the other day, and I can't remember what the band is off the top of my head right now, but it was at some form of temple, and at least that one, there was lots of things happening. Although it was in one location, there was a lot of things happening, and that at least made the video quite interesting. With this one, the only thing that kept the video interesting for me was the musicianship of the band and the song. But shooting a thing in a warehousey type building with a load of lights is never going to keep my attention. And more importantly, it doesn't show any form of creativity from a band. It's great they've done the creativity in the songwriting, but where's the creativity in the music video? Music videos are just as important as your songwriting to help tell the story of a band. You see this with bands all the time. So some bands really get it and understand that you need to put this story element, you need to try and tell it, or you need to keep the attention of the audience. With my band Telescribe, we've done it quite well on some songs, on some where we just physically couldn't, but we needed to put a video out. We've done live performance stuff, and we just went, well, we're not going to be able to do a story, so we're just going to do one live performance video from start to finish at one location, and that is going to be the video. And we're not going to even attempt to try and cut it to other locations. And we have plans for our next album where, yes, we will have live performance elements in it, but we've definitely got story elements that we want to put into it so that you're using both. And I would have liked that, especially with not knowing the lyrics, to have a storytelling that I could kind of go, well, I've got the title, Not Lose, so what's the story about? And maybe have elements of the story being played out on the screen with the video would have helped. But as far as the musical element, though, I really enjoyed the musical element. I really did. I thought the music was really good. Just let down for me by the music video. But that's a personal opinion. Some people will absolutely love that video. So there you go. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. That was Hagane and Not Lose. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you on the video sometime very soon. Take care.